Now we're waiting.
Yeah, not.
Okay.
Now we're ready.
Okay, welcome to the June 10, 2026 full board meeting of Manhattan Community Board 6. My name is Sandy McKee and I'm the chair of CB6. This meeting is called to order at 7:01 p.m. Tonight we are joined by First Vice Chair John Keller, Secretary Jerry Weinstein, District Manager Jesus Perez, Assistant District Manager Brenda Berth, and Community Coordinator Brian Lafferty, who's in the back. As a reminder, New York State law requires all community board members who are not able to attend the meeting in person to have their cameras on and their first and last names displayed from the time the meeting is called to order until the time the meeting is adjourned. Our ground rules: do not speak until granted the floor. Please raise your hand and wait for me to recognize you. It is important that only one person speaks at a time so that members of the public watching at home can understand what is being said. You will be given a microphone if you are recognized to speak. The chat function should not be used for CB6 business or questions about agenda topics. Members of the public, if you wish to give remarks during the public session and have not already registered by filling out a form, you can register to speak in the public session on Zoom by using the Q&A feature and posting your name, your affiliation, and what specific topic you wish to speak about. Or if you are here in person and want to speak in the public session, you need to fill out our public speaker form, which is near the sign-ins for the CB6 newsletter. That's in the back, and this needs to be done by 7:15. The agenda for tonight's meeting was distributed ahead of time by the board office, was posted online, and appears on the screen before you. If there is no objection, we will adopt the agenda as stated. Board members, if you object to adopting the agenda, you may raise your hand. Seeing no objections, the agenda for tonight's meeting is adopted. Jerry Weinstein, our secretary, will take attendance by roll call.
Howdy, folks. We've got about a dozen new members. If I mispronounce your name, please correct me immediately. Beginning with Nora Abdel. Nora Abdel. We'll come back. Tanya Arias in Germany.
I'm from Germany. Hi, guys. Here.
Neil Barclay. Present. I can see. Marty Barrett here. Aviv Barroso.
Absent.
Liz Burr.
Present.
Jim Collins.
He's here.
He's muted. So.
Present.
Stu Desser.
Present.
Waving. I guess we're having some
You can
issue.
hear me.
No, we hear you, we hear you.
Oh, okay.
Abraham Diallo.
Absent.
Yes. Maya Donahue.
Absent.
Tessa Ferreyos. Give it a shot. Tessa. Where?
Okay.
Genevieve Freed.
Yeah.
Barack Friedman.
Present.
Jason Firmowitz.
Present.
Eric Goldberg. Going twice, Eric Goldberg. Justin Goldberg.
He just texted, he's like 2 minutes out.
Let's see.
Hopefully by the time the call is.
Gloria Haig.
Present.
Paige Judge.
I don't see Paige.
Oh,
Yeah, I see it. Looks
She's
like
here.
Rorschach.
She's here.
Rupal Kakad.
Very.
Hey. Don Keller. Present. Kate Kennedy. Kate. Kate 2.0. Kate Klube Wasserstein. Kate Wasserstein. All right, moving on. Katie Landa.
Present.
Hi, Katie. Yay. Sandra Leptoff. Sandra. Anton Melner.
Absent.
Absent.
Sandy McKee.
Present.
Alec Militek.
Present.
Rich Mintz.
Absent.
In the back. Karen Moore. Melissa Murray Kiefer.
Present.
Howdy. Kevin O'Keefe.
Absent.
Rachel Fassaretti Wu. Hi. Rejma is running late.
Here.
Ah, there you are, bullet train. Stephen Perez. Mariam Ralph. Hey, graduate. Raquel Ravello.
Here.
Hi. Larry Shire. But invisible. Amy Seek.
Here.
Ann Seligman.
I'm trying to get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bandar Sharad. Mubin Siddiqui, out, I believe. Letty Simon,
Present.
thank you. Daniela Sumurano.
Present.
Hi. Trey George Tamaki.
Present.
Hi. Samir Thenadar.
Present.
Kat Valero. James Vera.
Present.
Myself, Jerry Weinstein. Sarah Whittington. Shuya Zhao.
Present.
Hi. That's a wrap. No,
She wasn't, no, you didn't get her, no, she wasn't here.
no, she wasn't in.
All right, with 32 members duly present, you do have quorum.
Okay. Our elected officials sent in their reports ahead of time and they are compiled on the CB6 website.
Yeah.
The link to the reports was sent out ahead of time and for your convenience can be found in the chat on Zoom or by going to our website's page for full board meetings. I will now call on each of the elected officials and government agency representatives who have RSVP'd so that they can take questions from CB6 members and the public about their pre-submitted reports. Each elected official will be able to field questions. If there are no questions, we will move to the next official on our list. If an official has a time-sensitive matter to report on that didn't make it into their pre-submitted report, they will have time to do so. This evening, we have Senator Liz Kruger with us.
Hi,
Hello.
hi Sandy. Hi, everyone. Do you see me?
Hi.
Hear me? Okay, great. Well, I know we all have Nick's to watch soon, so I'm going to be really quick. Yes, we submitted a report today. And one of the things that's not in the report, but I just wanted to make clear to everyone, I think most people know that I had a stroke on April 3rd. And it was a scary experience, but I've been doing phenomenally with getting healthy, doing everything I'm supposed to do. I'm enormously appreciative of the amazing healthcare options we have in New York City, so that I got to an ER fast, and they gave me that drug that breaks up blood clots if you're having a stroke quickly. And so rumors of my demise are not true. I'm here, I'm back, and very happily for me, and I think for all of you, you already know, I have the most amazing staff in government. Wendy Brennan is here representing me on CB6. So even though I was a bit down and out for a couple of months, my staff continued to deliver for you at the local level and up in Albany. And if you take a look at that report we put out, we even passed some pretty important legislation with me on medical leave. And I'm happy to answer any questions.
Do we have any questions for the senator?
No
Kat?
question. Was glad that you're recovering well, and thank you for submitting your report with like a couple of days notice. I
Yeah.
just noticed yours.
You're
was
here.
the First one that was submitted. So thanks.
Thank you.
And Stu has his hand raised. He has a question for you.
Thanks, and you look healthier and more energetic than ever. This board expressed support for the Treatment Court Expansion Act. I know the bill's hosted by Alcohol and Substance Use, but I believe it's currently sitting in Senate Finance. Can you tell us where it stands right now?
So it did not successfully pass this year. Everything gets directed for Senate Finance, you have to understand, okay? Anything that costs $1 for the state, or literally, I think over $100,000 for the state, has to go through Senate Finance. So many bills are seen as being held by Senate Finance. The truth is, regardless of my illness, because the budget was 49 days late this year. That was 49 days fewer that we actually had to do normal legislative process. And so while I'm a supporter of that bill and many of my colleagues were, it's just something that was not getting done in both houses. I am very proud to say, though, that I do support some supplemental monies that I give to the East Midtown Treatment Court and have continued to encourage the Office of Court Administration to expand services there, and they have done that. So for people who don't know, I think they're doing a phenomenal job without adequate resources, and with the need to expand even further. So thank you for bringing up that issue. It's an important one.
Thank you.
Do we have any other questions for the senator? Great, thank you so much.
Thank
Good to
you.
Great to see you.
Good to
Thank
have you back, Liz.
Thank you. Good to see everybody, at least in little boxes. Appreciate it.
Oh.
Take care.
Is the borough president planning on?
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay, we have Braha. Great, please, borough president's office.
Hi, everyone. First and foremost, I want to give a welcome to all the new members. It was a long process, as many of you know, and a little bit different than in years past. But we're thrilled to have had all our appointments filled. We're very excited about all the new members. The borough president. Moment. My apologies again that I wasn't able to submit my notes in time, but hopefully with appointments over, I'll be getting it over in my time. The borough president, Joint Governor Hochul. Joint Governor Hochul, Mayor Mamdani, and FIFA President Gianni Infantino to inaugurate a brand new soccer pitch at Tavern Green in Central Park. They also announced that for the World Cup final, MSC will be hosting a free watch party for up to 50,000 residents. As World Cup approaches, we're excited and ready to welcome the world to Manhattan. We also joined together with Congressman Jerry Nadler, State Senator Liz Krueger, Assembly Member Tony Simone, and Councilmember Carl Wilson in writing to Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy to outline our clear opposition to the opaque federal RFP process utilized to redevelop Penn Station. We're also very excited to announce that we're forming the first ever Manhattan Tenants Union, led by our Director of Borough Organizing, Alejandro Correa. Many tenants don't know their rights or that they share landlord with hundreds of other renters across the borough. Our borough organizer will be on the ground in community centers, tenant association meetings, and apartment buildings, ensuring tenants understand their protections and have the collective power to enforce them. We're also opening an immigrant welcome center at our North Manhattan office, to serve as a lock-in resource for legal referrals, multilingual benefits navigation, know your rights materials, tenant protections, and more. We're also relaunching our volunteer corps. Please sign up at bpphs.com/volunteer and share the opportunity with your networks. This month, our office hosted an Eid celebration with Muslim volunteers for New York, a Jewish Heritage Month celebration with Comptroller UJA Jason Darcy, a Pride celebration with the Whitney Museum providing complimentary tickets through the Whitney's Free Friday Nights program. And looking ahead, we're very excited to be launching the Manhattan Bar Book Club. Join Borough President Brad Horman-Siegel, author Russell Shorto, and Borough historian Howard Pulitzer on Tuesday, June 16th from 5 to 7 p.m. at the New York Historical to discuss our first election, the island at the center of the world. We have flyers for the Bar Book Club on the table in the back, as well as our dog waste report. We've been doing some statistical analysis of 301 complaints on dog waste, and we gave each community board a letter rating. So you can do that in the back as well. We have a more sensitive report, and it's linked on the flyer.
What was our rating, Braha?
We got a B.
A B.
It could be worse, there were worse.
Thank you.
And then finally, on top of excited about the Knicks, we're gearing up for the FIFA World Cup, and the city has designated each match day as a gridlock alert day and encourages residents and visitors to rely on public transportation wherever possible. For further transportation information distributed by the 17th precinct, please reach out to me. I'm happy to share that.
Thank you. Do we have any questions for the borough president's office? Pat?
No questions, just I'm glad you're feeling better. You had.
Thank you, yes, I've been, my health has been a little bit, thank you, appreciate that.
Okay, any other questions?
Just a quickie, I'm assuming, I'm checking that you work with NYPL to make the book available to everyone, the book club.
I think it is, at least electronically.
Yeah,
There are
that's what I'm looking
unlimited.
to see.
I have a copy if anyone would like to borrow it.
And you can get an ebook.
Yeah,
That's what I'm looking.
Reshma?
Hi, at the main meeting. Grant for nonprofits, arts and culture, so have those been awarded by? Or when will people know about them?
I'm not 100% sure, let me get back to you on that.
Okay.
Great. Okay, thank you very much. Next up, we have Gabe Churzo from Assemblymember Keith Powers' office.
Hello, everyone. Okay, I have nothing to add to our report, which we submitted on time this time. Any questions? All right, go next.
All right, next we have Julie Rowland from Assemblymember Boris's office.
It looks like we're getting some feedback from the mic, so maybe come to the here and just speak,
Just speak.
project. This mic will get you clearly.
All right, first things first, there's a lot of new folks here. Welcome to Community Board 6. I'm Julie Rowland and I'm the district director for Assemblymember Alex Boris. And I want to thank you for exercising your civic engagement by being here tonight. You could have spent $15,000 to be at MSB. All right, so thank you for being civically engaged. On that note though, because I know a lot of us are, wanting to channel the next spirit, I thought we could do a chant to the tune of defense. It'll be Board 6. I'm just kidding. All right. But listen, this is real. People have been calling Assemblymember Alex Boris the Jalen Brunson of the New York State Legislature. So let's get to it. What is he, nothing but netting? Well, he just passed a bill unanimously. Both House and Senate just passed it to help prevent chatbots from doing all the worst things to kids. Now, all of those AI models that are using chatbots actually have to do their best to ensure that they're not talking to kids under 18, and if they are, that they're not doing things like being fake companionship, coaching them on suicide, leading them to drug abuse, any of those things. Should be a no-brainer, was a huge fight to get it passed anyway, passed unanimously now through the House and Senate, so awesome. Okay, sorry, question again. Okay. A question for
But
you.
go your flow.
All right, that's a legislative win. Okay. And the Knicks were a part of that somehow. All right. Other than that, I wanted to test you guys on the district events because some of you do know that that's what I do. So when is our next NILAG? When are we having free legal services? And all you have to do is call and you can have a consultation. Anyone? Anyone?
Tomorrow.
It's tomorrow. Thank you, Anne. Okay, guys, this is what we're trying to do. Okay. All right. After that, we have one more this month. We're doing a bonus shred truck event. Anyone know what it is? June 18th. That's okay, Kat. Next month. Okay. So June 18th, free shred truck. This is gonna be outside of our office, 353 Lexington, but really it's gonna be on 40th Street between Lex and 3rd. Come shred anything you want from 9 till noon. All right. You have a question? You have a question?
Yeah.
It's up.
How are you tracking that?
Tracking.
Chatbots are doing untoward things. What's gonna be the program for implementing?
Well, the entire legislation, I can give you the number of the bill that is that does say some of that in definition,
Yeah.
in their definitions.
Yeah,
But
enforcement.
also is calling on frameworks, like we expect them to demonstrate how they're doing it too. But there's lots of things already in place that are parental controls kinds of things. We're asking that those but like social media companies already know how to use. So we're saying AI chatbots need to be using the same thing. It's
This includes Instagram, which they own.
I assume that any kind of chat bot, anything that would be categorized as a chat bot will fall under this. I watched the entire debate on the floor, there was lots of people asking for these kinds of definition questions. I do believe some of that, the bill lays out how that's gonna be determined, but doesn't determine it within the language of the bill itself. But for anyone who wants to research further, that's A10379.
Amy has a question for you.
Yes.
What is the free legal service called?
Or NILAG, it's the New York Legal Assistance Group.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Yeah.
Yes.
This is more general, but, the AI bill has passed unanimously.
Yes.
But not signed yet.
Correct.
And am I correct that Hopewell has until the end of the year to sign like anything that is, like that legislation could sit on our desk?
So June.
Theoretically, and yeah, if this is the kind of thing that you think should be picked up on her desk sooner, I think that's a great call to make to your governor. We would love to help. Yes. Any other questions?
We'll have to.
Awesome, thank you guys so much.
Great, thank you.
Thank you, Julie.
Next, we have Marty Zak from Councilmember Maloney's office.
Hey, everyone. You want me to use the mic or no?
Just project.
It's a pleasure to be here this evening. I want to echo my fellow elected officials, representatives, in welcoming the newest members of the board. My name is Marty Zak. I'm the community liaison for Council Member Virginia Maloney, who represents East Midtown, part of the Upper East Side, and along First Avenue, along the river down to 14th. So if you're new to the board, please come up and introduce yourself. I'd love to meet you, get to know you better. I'm also relatively new to this job. I'm about 2 months in, so we'll have a mutual getting to know each other process. I don't have anything to add to the report that's time sensitive, except that we just co-named a street. We renamed 50th Street at 6th Avenue Thierry Henry Way just an hour ago in honor of the World Cup coming to town. So we had a fun little soccer gathering out there with the speaker and a bunch of Arsenal fans, if you're a Thierry Henry supporter. So we're very excited about the World Cup coming to town. Any questions about our report?
He lived in our district?
Yeah, so Henry was one of the best players in the world of his generation. And then towards the end of his career, as many did, he came to play in the States. He played for the New York Red Bulls, who play in New Jersey, but we would pay attention to that. And he lived in Soho. And there's actually a wonderful old New York Times profile about how much he loved living in New York City. Because in France, he was one of the most famous men in the country. And in New York City, he was just like a guy on the street. So he could live his life. And helped raise the profile of soccer in America.
Great.
Soccer's now more popular than baseball, but that definitely wasn't 20 years ago.
Thank you. Okay. Next up, we have Mackie Bentley from Mr. Nadler's office. Sorry.
Good evening, everyone. Nothing to add to the report, but I am happy to take any questions.
Okay, everyone on Zoom, are you able to hear us again?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Right.
sorry, the
Okay.
internet somehow cut out momentarily.
Okay.
All right, well, hi, everyone. I'm Katie Loeb, Chief of Staff to State Senator Kristen Gonzalez, and I want to introduce everyone to Veronica Smolinski, new members here on the board and new community liaison from our office. So I know this is our last meeting for the summer, but in the fall, you'll be seeing her and working with her all summer if you have any constituent concerns or anything that we can help in the district. Don't have anything to add, but I do want to highlight that Senator Gonzalez passed 20 bills this session, 9 of which passed both houses, including the bill that Julie was talking about AI chatbots. Senator Gonzalez was a Senate sponsor for that bill. She also passed a data center omnibus bill that includes a 1-year moratorium on new data center permits and an environmental impact review of all data centers in the state, a bill to mandate shelter Wi-Fi, and there's a bunch more. We have it on our reports in the back, but if you have any questions about any of the bills we passed, feel free to reach out. We're also going to be starting our Manhattan office hours at Epiphany Library. They were at the Kips Bay Library. They're moving to Epiphany on 23rd Street, and they'll be starting next week on June 16th on the 3rd Tuesday of every month from 3 to 5.
Good. Do we have any questions? Oh, freshman.
When so few bills passed this session, how did you guys manage to get so much done?
Great team, great boss, excellent senator who's just in Albany fighting constantly. It was, I will say the last week was dizzying with all the things that we managed to get done.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Jason.
2 weeks ago, there was a really terrible accident on the Queensboro Bridge that had 2 fatalities on the bike lane. I heard there might be some relevant legislation that the senator sponsored.
Yes, we are still working on that legislation. We are actively working on legislation around point of sale enforcement, specifically around online retailers. But we are very early in the development process, so I don't have anything super juicy to share. But, you know, if you do have feedback about e-scooter or bike safety or pedestrian safety, please reach out to our office. We're actively working on this bill. We're hoping to have it as a priority for next session, and we're hoping to introduce it before then. So keep your eyes out and please feel free to reach out to us with any feedback, input, things you'd like to see. We are always working on street safety. It is one of the uniting things of our tri-borough district. In every single borough, neighborhood, safer streets is a top priority for everyone, and we are working very hard on that. Thank you, Jason.
Okay, great. Thank you. I don't think we have any.
All right, thank you, and don't take it.
Next up, we have Ben Guccio from Councilmember Epstein's office.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to all the new members. My name is Ben. I'm from Councilmember Harvey Epstein's office. I'm one of the community liaisons, and no big updates to add for this month other than that we have a Knicks watch party tonight, also down in the community garden at Orchard Alley. We also have an upcoming shredding event on Friday, June 19th in Tompkins Park. And then a hang with Harvey. There are multiple coming up over the summer, one in June on June 25th. And then the next on July 29th, and more information can be found also on our flyer, which I'll put up at the front. Any questions I can ask or answer?
Yes, sir. Great. Thank you. Okay. And that's it for our elected officials today. Has anyone signed up to speak in the public session?
They have. The first person on the list is Michael Pereira with NYU Langone. Michael, are you here? I don't see him online. Michael Pereira, going once, going twice. All right, we'll move on. Next, we have Martin Barrett, who is speaking in his personal capacity, not as a board member. Marty, you have 3 minutes. You may begin now.
Sure. Welcome all new members and those who are been here a while. I've been on the board 35 years. In the mid-90s, Community Board 6 decided to build a park on the East River between 23rd Street and 16th Street. We raised $8 million and we got it built. The park was opened in 2002 and in 2005 started the Summer Music Concert Series. This is our 22nd year of concerts. We have between 8 and 13 over each year. This year we have 10. Starting Monday, June 22nd, there's a blues band, Seth Orkrond. Then on the 24th is a rock band, Hero. On June 29th, Joe Witowski, Alana Meredith, and Miles Dwawala, they do standards American songbook. July 1st is the New York City Salsa All-Star Band. They're Latin, Heat, Salsa, they're Grammy winners. July 7th is Emmy and the Epics, they're Rockabilly. On July 8th is Wayne Henderson Group, which is a jazz group. On July 13th is Midnight Stroll, which is another rock group. Black Olive is on July 15th, that's swing and jazz. And July 20th is Cromer, which is rock and funk. And then on August 3rd, our last is the NYPD Jazz Band. They generally come with about 20 musicians, between 3 and 6 vocalists. And we generally get about 300 people to see them. Most of the events have between 100 and 200 people. We look forward to seeing you all and welcome you all to CB6.
So, Marty, I'm sorry, I know we're not supposed to ask, but where can we get all that information?
On the CB6 website.
And
And in the CB6 newsletter,
it's run a couple times already, so check your email boxes.
as well as it'll be on LinkedIn, it's on,
Right now.
so free time and Facebook and
Got it.
neighbors, you know.
Next door.
Yeah, all that.
Can you send it to our office and we can include it in our newsletter as well?
Sure.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Marty. Next on the list is Gloria Hage, who will be speaking in her personal capacity, not as a board member, about, I think, 860 UN Plaza.
UN.
Okay.
To be personal.
3 minutes.
Says to the board, that's so exciting. This is like down here compared to wanting world peace, so I'm just gonna put it in perspective. On June 5th, we live next door to the UN. On June 5th, there was a stadium loud DJ going from 3 in the afternoon till midnight. And the UN has events and we support them completely and they're musical sometimes too and great for them. But this was, you know how, I don't know if you know what people who torture, they put this loud pounding music in the room to torture you. I've never complained about noise for decades. I've never, not once. I will say I called 311 and they responded. 2 young, cute little police officers. And I only know that because I decided to go out and they were there. So we chatted and they basically said this. I'm sorry, we thought maybe it was like an illegal thing going on, you know, down by the water, and we could have done something. But we can't do anything about the UN. We can't even talk to them. Like we can't even go to security. So I stupidly did and was treated extremely badly. But what I really want to know and encourage is what is our relationship to the country that is sitting there, and I'd like to know that we have one or some liaison or someone we can talk to. I know all the buildings around there are sending letters, but I never felt like I was living next door to a different country until that night, and how non-responsive and badly behaved. So good neighbors are great. I'd like this board to have a connection and a liaison. That's it. Thank you. Marty would like to respond to that.
Well, no, they feel that being a $5 billion economic generator, they can do it.
Yeah, they're very arrogant.
My
They're
husband
very.
was so mad at me because the policeman, the cop I was trying to talk to said, I work for the UN. And I'm like, you know what? It doesn't impress me much. My husband's like, why do you have to do that? You're on camera. Okay, and I think that's it for our,
That concludes.
okay. The minutes from the May 13th full board meeting were distributed to board members ahead of time by the board office. If there's no objection, we will adopt the minutes as drafted. Board members, if you object to adopting the minutes, you may raise your hand. Jim Collins, you have your hand raised.
Yes, just under number 3. Can you hear me? Am I live? Yeah. Under
See you.
number 3, hi, good to see you. My objection wasn't because we weren't qualified. My objection was the fact that the laws, as stated, violated the supremacy clause in my view, Article 4, Section 2 of the Constitution. That was my objection. I just wish to clarify that in the minutes.
Would you like to provide text for how you'd like the minutes to be amended?
Sure, I'll send it to you.
Okay.
I would add, I think it's both.
It's okay.
It's both.
So we'll, if there's no objection, can we adopt those minutes? Oh, okay. Are we gonna go ahead with the minutes just before we? No objections? Okay, we have one more speaker, sorry.
Yeah, they came in right under the wire. Sorry about that. We have a Mr. Don Reed who would like to speak to the board about traffic safety. And all right, we have a little bit of a technical glitch right now. We'll unmute him very soon. All right, Mr. Reed, can you hear us?
Okay.
All right, you have 3 minutes to make your remarks. You may begin now.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for this opportunity. I sent a document in for review regarding e-bike safety and pedestrian safety. They're both linked very closely. My name is Don Reed. Okay, I'm a longtime resident of Manhattan and the Community Board 6 area. Active in cycling. I'm on the advisory committee of a Manhattan Senior Center and on the safety committee of the Turtle Bay Association. Again, I'm a regular biker in Manhattan. And unfortunately, just about every day I bike, I witness sort of gets my heart in my throat. I witness close calls just every day. But specifically, within the 2 weeks of March, I witnessed 3 e-bike accidents. All 3 of the injured parties were taken to the hospital in an ambulance with serious injuries. 2 of the instances were hit and run. Such accidents are frequent and have been rampant. The New York Police Department and the DOT stats are entirely inaccurate and materially underreport police crashes, these kind of crashes. Often the EMT arrives on the crash scene before the police arrive and take the injured victim to the ER room. No identification and no accountability of the biker that caused the accident. There's a solution at hand, and that's City Council Intro Bill 0802. The bill requires registration and licensing of e-bikes and motorized scooters to address the dire need for accountability and reduction in hit and run pedestrian accidents that can cause severe injuries and even death. And the name of Priscilla's Law is after a young lady who was killed by a hit and run e-bike several years ago. I'm part of the senior center. I'm on their advisory board. And I can just say seniors are becoming afraid to even walk out in the streets. Their quality of life has decreased quite significantly. And it's because of these speeding, reckless e-bikes and even scooters, even in a way worse because they go fast and they twist in and out. In view of what I just said, I urge the Control Board 6 to actively support the passage of Priscilla's Law, Intro Bill 0802, in the interest of safety and the quality of life of our community, and in particular, our seniors. Okay, thank you. And please let me know if you have any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Reed. That concludes our speakers list.
Thank you. Chair's report. We have 12 new members of the board. And I wanted to just go, I think it was difficult because people were assigned quite late in the month, so not everybody is able to attend this evening. But I'm going to read out the names, and I'd like if you're here and your name is called, if you could stand up and tell us in 3 brief sentences why you joined the board and what you hope to achieve. So we'll start off with Noura Abdel. You're here. No problem. I think either the mic or come up to the podium.
Hi, my name is Noura Abdel. I've been living in the CB6 neighborhood for about 5.5 years. I've always wanted to be on my community board. I took the opportunity to apply last year, didn't get it this year, got it, very excited to be here. And looking to be a very active member of the community, make friends with the neighbors, and be a very active participant in our loving
Thank you. Abraham Diallo.
He's not here. The people at home can't hear. Everyone who's new, can you just come up here and then you can just take turns speaking up here?
If you're new, you know you're new.
Yes.
So come on up and we'll call out your name. Next on my list is Tessa
Please come
Ferreiro.
up.
But I think
New
Tessa-
members, please come up. There's no need to be afraid.
We don't, yeah. We encourage everyone to sit close to the front. It's not like high school. Genevieve Freed?
Oh, yes.
Freed, sorry. Okay, and 3 sentences for us, why you,
Oh, well, hello, everyone. My name is Genevieve. I was born and raised in CB6. I'm still in the apartment I grew up in. I've worked in government at the federal level, but I wanted to go local, and I'm really excited to learn more about just how this community board works and what our levers of influence are, and be a good neighbor and citizen. So thank you for having me.
great. Next we have Kate Klob Wasserstein.
Kate Clovey Wasserstein.
Wasserstein.
I'm Kate. I live obviously in CB6. I've lived here for like 15 years around with my family. I have 2 young children. Our neighborhood, the immediate part of CB6 I live in, I think has been very galvanized in the last year by the community board and very engaged with it. And that sort of got me excited about what it could accomplish. And I'm really excited to be here.
Karen Moore.
I'm Karen, I live in Community Board 6, of course. I'm interested in healthcare. I've been in healthcare for a long time as a observer, and I wanted to see where Community Board 6 would further that.
Melissa Murray Kiefer.
Hello, I'm Melissa Kiefer. I've lived in CB6 for 15 years, both on the southern boundary and now on the northern boundary. I previously did a lot of work with CB8 through one of the healthcare institutions there, particularly on Esplanade improvements. So very excited to hopefully continue supporting CB6 because I've seen what the community boards can do for New York.
Rachel Passaretti Wu.
Hi, I'm Rachel Passaretti Wu. I've lived in CB6 my whole life. I became involved through an issue that came up in our school, and I started to learn more about what community boards can do and help people. And I have felt a very strong pull towards civic duty since everything that's going on in our global government. And my grandfather was actually chair of CB6 a million years ago. And so I'm honoring him by doing this. And I just hope to achieve being in service to our community.
And Raquel Ravello online.
Hi, my name is Raquel Ravello. I'm a junior in high school, and my school actually told me about the opportunity to become a community board member, and I'm really interested in civics, so I thought this would be a good way to insert myself. And yeah, I'm really excited. Thank you.
Wonderful. Amy Seek.
Hi, I'm Amy Seek. I've been in Community Board 6 for, as a resident for about 6 years, and have worked here for a little bit longer than that. I worked on the East Midtown Greenway. I'm a landscape architect. So I was design director for that project. So I came before Community Board 6. And that's kind of my interest is I'm super interested in our public space, our streets, but kind of wanted to be in on it on a different side of the conversation. I know earlier on. So that's why I'm here. Super excited to be here.
Great. Daniela Samorano.
Hi, I'm Daniela Cimarano. I first came to CB6 in 2007 as my first placement as a New York State teaching fellow, working and teaching under the umbrella of juvenile detention centers. I'm really happy to be here now as a resident. And I want to echo, I'm wanting to get involved to exercise my civic duty, responsibility, and good citizenship. So thank you for welcoming us.
And last but not least, we have Trey George Tamaki.
Hello, everyone. My name is Trey Tamaki. I've been in CB6 for 2 years now, and honestly, to be part of here, I just wanted to Yeah, I'll be part of the civic duty. I've seen so many changes in my district, just seems like the bike lane along Third, like the bus only on 34th Street, and just all these different like civic initiatives coming through. I really want to be part of that, so, yeah, go next.
Great. Well, thank you, everyone. You'll hear more from us.
I couldn't find the building. I think a couple of other people, we were a few minutes late and missed the first roll call. Is there an opportunity to?
Absolutely,
Thank you.
no problem. And it's, we understand that it was.
We'll be on time.
So, over the summer, we'll be in touch, and in the fall, everyone will be able to find their committee assignments. We'll go through that, make sure everybody gets up and running. And Samir will finally get his second, committee. Samir joined us midterm. Next, we have our district manager's report.
For the sake of the Knicks, I'll email you about it.
Okay, and Tanya Ares, we have a treasurer's report, or?
We're gonna waive it this month, Sandy, if possible, due to unforeseen circumstances. But I will mail it into the office. You'll have it.
You'll see it in the minutes of the meeting.
Yes.
So we've now arrived at our committee reports and resolutions. Members of the public, please note that during this section of the meeting, we only recognize questions from members of the board. The CB6 staff emailed the digital ballot to all members. Please click on the link to open the ballot, select your name from the drop-down list, and select your vote on each resolution as presented. Do not submit your ballot until later in the meeting after the final resolution has been discussed and presented. At the end of the meeting, excuse me, please submit your ballot after indicating all of your votes. You will not be able to submit the ballot unless you vote on every resolution. If you plan on abstaining, please select abstain, and remember that this will count as a negative vote. Final vote counts will be announced after the second roll call. If any part of the voting procedure is unclear, please raise your hand and we will address your questions. So first up, we have Jim, you have your hand up still? Do you have a question?
It's gone.
Okay, thank you. Housing and homelessness, Alec Militek, Chair.
Good evening, everyone. So I actually want to call a resolution for the floor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Without Mike from here.
Okay. I can take it back. So as I've mentioned at past full board meetings, we've been working and discussing sort of the housing committee's approach to the 30th Street shelter. For those of you who might not know, the new members, in March, the mayor announced the closure of Bellevue, also known as the 30th Street Men's Shelter, effective May 1st, so last month. The housing committee has discussed sort of our feelings about what we wanted to do and see from the shelter in the future. So we've had a lot of great discussions. We've received community input actually from members of the community near FR. And we drafted a resolution, myself, Steve, and Sandra drafted a really great resolution that captures our feelings as a committee, feelings and input from members of the community, as well as general housing and community needs that we think are essential and need to be addressed. So I'm here to take any questions. Anybody knows?
Yes, I support this. I mean, CB6 housing was listed as #1 priority.
Right.
So you want to make more housing, and I support that. But I know that Salk is also looking like to create like for a new school, and they listed that site. Is there room for both, or is this a zero-sum game? It's all housing, or is there room also for a school? I don't know how big this site is.
Yeah, I mean, the site is big, and for those who don't know, the mayor in his press release when announcing this was kind of cagey, right? They sort of used words like redevelopment of this site. And so redevelopment can mean a lot of things, but it also can be a blank slate. And this resolution sort of seeks to capture our interests as a housing committee, but also to open up the floor for input and engagement with our local electeds to kind of engage with them on other things that we want seen out of this site. It's a massive site and it can accommodate housing. It can also accommodate open space and community use, which is something that we've heard from when we polled and received some comments from members of the community. So I think there is definitely room in which we can achieve housing schools and other community uses at the site. And so this is just one piece of a larger puzzle, I think. Yes.
How many people took the survey?
We received about 100 responses,
It's 150.
150 responses.
They're still coming in.
Yeah, so apparently they're still coming in. Jared.
Hey, about 5 o'clock, I don't know if you factored this in, a judge basically said that the relocation can go. I don't know if there's any appeals left, and if we can safely say that they won't be bounced back to 30th Street.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about the lawsuit and sort of how it pertains to the site. That's
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, that's great. I'll definitely have to read about that. And that's something that we can discuss, I think, next week at the community meeting as well. Yes.
Do we know the square footage and is the like building footprint staying the same or is that part of the unknown?
We know nothing, and we actually, the board office actually reached out to DHS when we first heard about this. I don't believe that we've received a comment or answers to our questions since then. The square footage of the entire site is publicly available. I don't know what it is off the top of my head. But that's something that we can definitely look into. Marty.
Having been in the building has to come down.
Yeah.
So whatever's gonna be done with the property, it'll be all new.
And there have been a lot of articles that have, from the New York Times and Gothamist, for example, that have written articles with photos from inside the building, and it looks like it's in pretty bad shape. I'm not sure if it's salvageable, but
It
probably isn't.
Just looking at any corner or any post or any windows.
It's, but Karen's had her hand up for
Yes.
quite a while, so.
Just confirming that you said that these are 150 comments from the community. And you're saying that all of those comments are incorporated in your perspective on the resolution.
We received a wide variety of comments on a lot of things. The plurality of responses that we got relate to housing and other community uses, and so we captured those in our resolution. Unfortunately, we can't address all of the responses, you know, somebody's gonna have to miss out, but we did capture the plurality of the responses that we got in our resolution.
This is really actually a question for Liz Kruger, but I'm curious about the shelter on 45th Street or the supportive housing facility. I saw that there's actually a lottery open for it now, a Housing Connect lottery,
Oh, really?
but they're still working on the building. So and I know lotteries can last months, but
Sure.
I wonder if you know both the status of it and, we went through the same exercise for that and saying what we wanted in terms of community services for that. And I don't think I ever heard what ever came of that. And so I wondered if you know.
No, I'm not sure. This is actually the first I've heard about that. So
Yeah.
if we could just touch base
Sure.
online with this.
Sure.
Jim, you have your hand up?
Yes, hi, Alex. I had sent you an email earlier this morning. I don't know if you saw it, but I would suggest that in addition to just saying that we would like this facility to be turned into affordable housing, that we act a little more actively and move to get it under section 197, a 197C plan, as I've been trying to push for MSBI. I think that cake is baked, but this is certainly new territory. And if you're amenable, I've sent you the documentation. George Janes has weighed in on it, and a number of, I've done a bit of research myself. There is the possibility of funding a 197C plan with some affordable housing developers, I believe. And also you could get support from the borough president, I would presume, if we acted more proactively to get this site located as a 197C project and get it actually zoned for low-income housing.
Jim, first off, we need a resolution that allows us to advocate for housing, so that's our first step here. And if there's no other discussion, can we go ahead and vote on this resolution?
Could we amend the resolution could we amend the resolution to include authorization for the board, for Alex and Maya to reach out to start looking into a 197C for that project?
Jim,
I'm happy to send the light.
that involves funding, and that type of funding would really need to be approved by the full board. And they need to be aware of what the funding is. So that's our
Understood, but as I've said, the funding may be available from other sources, and we may be able to secure it, but we should act to go about soliciting it from other sources, from, for example, the New York State Association for Affordable Housing.
Could we vote on this? To stop us from doing this, we'd like to vote.
Call to question.
If there's no further discussion, we can go ahead and vote on this resolution. Please mark your digital ballots.
And the only other update is that at next week's meeting, HPD will come and talk to us and give a presentation about housing and affordable housing. We're really looking forward to this. So if you are interested in hearing from HPD, or if you're interested for the new members generally in housing, we encourage you to attend our community meeting. Thank you.
Okay. Next up, we have transportation. Jason Fromowitz.
Good evening. Couple of resolutions for everybody tonight. First one is requesting a safety study and recommending some improvements around the intersection of 23rd Street and Second Avenue. We had a number of members of the community reach out about safety concerns there. We're asking DOT to take a look at the intersection and make some changes.
Are there any questions? Okay, if there's no objection, we'll now vote on the resolution. Please mark your ballots.
All right, next up is requesting the Department of Transportation permit weekday construction on the Kits Bay Water Main project. If you have been on Second and First Avenue around 34th Street in the last 8 years, I believe, there's been a very long ongoing construction project there. We heard from the project team last month's meeting. They expressed that one of the reasons for the infinite delay on that project has been that they can't do work Monday to Friday. So our resolution is asking for Department of Transportation to permit them or to consider permitting them access to do construction work during the week to allow the project to expeditiously move forward.
When they were at First Avenue, 59th and 58th Street, it took about 4 years, but it was during the day. So there's precedent.
Sorry. Yeah.
Summarize the original rationale. Can you quickly summarize the original rationale for not allowing construction Monday to Friday?
I don't believe the board was part of that decision.
If you have any context, it would just be helpful.
My presumption is that they were concerned with throughput to the Queens Midtown Tunnel.
Yes, that is correct. Concerns about traffic.
Yeah, I guess it's worth noting that a lot of time has passed since the project started, including the implementation of congestion pricing, which I think is relevant to part of reconsidering it.
Okay, if there's, oh, I'm sorry, in the back, yeah.
Will this also include permitting Monday through Fridays and then also including the weekends, so it'll be a 7-day construction, or is it now just, how does that, yeah?
It's not necessarily that it would be a 7-day construction effort, it's that we're asking for DOT to look at the permit and consider allowing construction during the week. So we're not necessarily prescribing how it would be applied, just that we would like DOT to consider additional hours and days to allow the project to move forward.
And currently it's only on the weekend.
Yeah, currently they're only permitted to do work on Saturday and Sunday. So they just quickly, they described it as basically they have to like start work and then cover the work up so that everything can be cleared to do the work so that the roads are open Monday to Friday. And then they come back next weekend and open everything up and close everything down. So it'll allow them to move faster if they have more consecutive days. That don't necessarily have to be 7 days. I think we will let DOT figure out the best way to do that.
Great. All right. If there's no objection, we'll now vote on the resolution. Please mark your ballots.
All right, next resolution, Park Avenue Vision Plan. This has been shared fairly extensively, hopefully. People have seen the vision for this. There's a proposal from Department of Transportation to expand the medians of Park Avenue. They've been doing public outreach on this for the last several months. I attended CB5, or we had a discussion in our last Transportation Committee about the proposal. I also attended CB5's Transportation Committee meeting where they provided feedback. Our feedback largely overlapped. The resolution that we have in front of you is effectively the same resolution that CB5 will be voting on in their full board meeting next week, or sorry, tomorrow, with the addition of justifying why we are commenting on it. And so for quick background, the project actually falls entirely within CB5. But we are commenting on it because we have a seat on the East Midtown Public Realm Governing Group, which is expected to fund the project. And so basically we're collaboratively endorsing some recommendations, including relocation of the bike lane. One of the proposals includes the bike lane sort of running parallel to the project. The resolution asks for the medians to remain a pedestrian space and to make space elsewhere on the corridor for a bike lane. Additionally, there's some requests for vending, space for like concessions, restrooms, and considering some closure of some cross streets to allow for more continuous park space. Yeah.
And Tanya has a question.
Hey, Jason, how you doing? You just gave a good segue into it. I'm a little confused as to closing the cross streets. We're talking between 46th and 57th Street. And that is just like prime traffic issue. When you say closing cross streets, are you saying that no one would be able to cross from east to west or west to east during in the space between 46th and 57th Street?
The ask is for DOT to consider that as to evaluate if that's feasible, not necessarily to endorse that happening, but a request for that to be considered in updated designs. We expect ultimately there to be a updated design that we provide, like a finalized design that we provide feedback for. Basically right now, this is like a visioning process, so further refined. So it's not necessarily that we're endorsing that, it's that we would like that to be considered as a part of the final plan.
So we're not endorsing it, but we're asking them to consider it.
Yes, all the requests that we were saying were effectively, it was like, yes, we like the vision and here are some things we'd like you to consider as we continue to evolve it.
And Tanya, it could be one street, could be four, could be all of them. It's really up to the design.
Correct.
So we're doing a park, basically.
The medians are already there.
No, I know the medians, yeah, but the whole place would become sort of like a no traffic zone.
Not the entire space. I guess the ask is to consider some amount of right now. The current proposal that was put together from DOT was basically putting making the medians park space. The plan is to take away one lane of traffic on each side of Park Avenue for the expanded medians. But the current plan called for maintaining all full cross street access. The resolution asks for considering closure of some of those, or to consider closure of some or any of those in order to make some additional continuous pedestrian space, but not necessarily the entire corridor, but evaluating if it's feasible to close off any of the cross streets to make more continuous pedestrian space.
Thank you, Jason.
Close off the entire street, or you mean close off as you're walking from the east side to the west side?
Effectively, it would close the intersection, so it would cut off westbound traffic.
Like Allen Street that has done this.
Yeah.
If you think about
Good comparison.
that
Yeah.
design.
All right, if there's no other discussion, we'll now vote on the resolution. Please mark your digital ballot.
Last resolution is a proposal to basically establish a new street co-naming criteria and application requirements. We've seen a increasing amount of co-naming requests over the last several weeks. Basically, the goal of this new policy is to better define what the requirements are. There have been a number of sort of requirements that have been like loosely required, including a petition. We asked for petitions frequently, but we didn't specifically require it or require specific specifications for it. So the resolution establishes clear requirements around things, including petition, clear requirements around what types of requests we want to consider, and requires a little bit more documentation to establish the relevancy and the importance of the request. Effectively, we just want to make it clearer and ensure that there's meaningful, that the proposals are meaningful, and that the people being considered, or the people or organizations being considered for co-namings have had strong impact on the community.
Marty?
It's a great idea. Hopefully, it will be adhered to, and when your term limit is off, the next chair will remember that it was there. Because with term limits, things get lost, and we've had a lot of guidelines over the years that disappeared anywhere.
Also, we have been referencing the old, we've previously had a guidelines.
In the resident.
So this is, the intention is to update and refresh them.
Okay. Stu?
If George Floyd were murdered in CB6, the guidelines would not allow you to create any kind of memorial or co-naming for that event. Why?
He didn't live here.
That's two different things.
No, the question was if he lived here.
If he lived here.
If
it happened in CB6.
If he lived here,
that kind of event is not allowed based on the guidelines to be memorialized by street naming.
So that's correct. But one of the guidelines in the resolution was that a particular event alone is not enough for consideration of a renaming, but it wouldn't exclude inclusion for other reasons that are approved. So as Sandy was saying, if George Floyd were a member of the community or had ties to the community or impact to the community beyond the incident, then it would be a valid reason to consider the street co-naming. But the incident itself, so the murder of somebody within our district, would not be would fall outside of the guidelines, would not be a reason that we would consider a co-naming.
Well, and it also says that that individual has to have accomplished something, and they have to be recognized for that accomplishment, not just because they lived in the district and happened to have been executed. Basically.
That's correct. Sorry. Yes, it's worth pointing out. So yeah, they would have to have met the other criteria of the resolution, which is having a meaning, the various requirements of having an impact on the community, not just living.
And so I'm asking why you would exclude something like that. I mean, that's a pretty profound event, and we know that where it happened, obviously there was a lot of renaming. There was a lot of memorialization, and it's important, I think.
Yeah, the intention for that exclusion, I think, was to avoid sort of less profound similar incidents. So I appreciate where you're coming from. That like particular incident may have been relevant. I think we want to more broadly just avoid all of our streets being renamed for any particularly tragic accidents that may happen on any block, and that basically prevent our streets from being just renamed for deaths and occurrences that happened, and more preserving it for significant impacts.
In support of what you're saying, Stu, actually in the resolution, it does say petitioning. There's other ways that community members can also support an event or memorializing a person. Organization, you itemize different criteria.
So it is in there, and it is flexible to the very thing that you described.
And, Rachel?
I apologize for not knowing the answer to this, but beyond the community board, to who is the body
City council.
that is responsible for making determinations?
Yeah, that's important to note. So, ultimately, in order for a street to be co-named, it requires passage of legislation in City Hall by the City Council. So we can make recommendations, for street co-namings, but ultimately, they have to be supported by, it has to be passed by the City Council, so generally, it has to be supported by the City Council member. So as you point out, if there were an event to the same extreme of George Floyd's murder, the City Council, that might not even be subject to our review, and the City Council could move forward with a renaming regardless, either without our recommendation, against our recommendation. We don't necessarily have to approve of co-naming for a renaming to happen.
Yeah, like the city council named the corner where the Cuban mission is. They named that without coming to us. Similarly, they named the corner where the Nigerian embassy is. Also without coming to us.
Yeah, in many cases, applicants for co-namings will go to the city council person, and then they will suggest going to the community board first, but it's not necessarily a required step in the process of creating a region.
Great. Okay, let's vote on this resolution. Seeing no further discussion, please mark your digital ballots.
While I'm doing that, very quick update on report by way of report. Exciting news about 34th Street. The Department of Transportation has announced they're moving forward again with the 34th Street busway, with a plan to implement it in the early fall and to start taking steps towards implementation and communications around it starting now. Something we have advocated for on the board and have supported in the form of a resolution for quite some time. So very excited about that. Also, in a similar vein, 42nd Street is going to be closed to traffic during the World Cup matches. We have also passed a resolution asking 42nd Street to become a busway. I'm excited to see how this plays out and it being done on for the World Cup matches, and then hopefully maybe potentially doing it in a longer term.
But buses will still be allowed on 42nd.
It's being exclusive for buses, Trent, to get people taking the buses to the World Cup matches.
No, but like the M42 will still run.
Yes. The intent, sorry, not exclusive for those, but the intention is to make better access for the buses getting fans to them.
Okay, great. Thank you. Next, we have Neil Barkley. We're going to take a break from Rezos. He's going to give us some information on some work we can do with the community.
Thanks, Sandy. All right, so Neil Barkley, Chair. Is this okay, Jesus, or do you want me right here? I can move back. Okay. Neil Barkley, Chair of the Parks Committee. We had a really good meeting 2 weeks ago, Marty. And last week, we talked about air quality in the district. Major challenge that we have is with particle pollution. In fact, we have we're fourth in the city with the worst particle pollution, the highest numbers. So the city is rolling out, the mayor's office, they're doing an update to the urban forestry plan. And they're hoping to expand the canopy from 23 to 30%. So we think it's a really good opportunity to advocate to see if we can, get as many trees as possible because of the impact it can have on the air. I would just say not to worry everyone. In our district, we got some pretty bad air, as you read into it. And so hopefully, trees can help combat that. But in the interim, we also talked about the trees that we already have, and we have a lot of trees that are in really bad shape. I remember Carlina's office, you guys always did a counting of the trees, so that was always very helpful. So I would say if you do see any trees that are in really bad shape, and you will see a lot, just call 311. They eventually will send someone out there from forestry. And so that's pretty much it. I just wanted to let everyone know. We did have we had two really good presentations about this, and so that's available in the office, can make that available if anyone would like to see it. And, you know, of course, welcome to everyone, and it's Nora, right? She was fantastic. I'm so glad that we got her. I had the interview with the borough president at the same time. She knew all the issues. She stepped up. She listened to, it was very impressive. Not only did she know everything that was going on, but she listened to CB11, CB2, 4, 5. She didn't agree with CB6, but you know, that's okay. But she was, you know, and I told her, I said, I hope we get you, and we did. He's really good. That's all. Thanks,
Great.
Andy.
Thanks. All right. Land use, waterfront and landmarks. James Vera, Vice Chair, is going to present.
Everyone, we had two resolutions to discuss. The first one has to do with landmark designations. We had 5 brought to us or proposed from Landmarks LPC, and there were 4 were pretty straightforward. One was less so. The Armenian Evangelical Church has a valid request that they remove that list because the cost of maintaining a landmark property can be very costly. And so we went back and forth on that quite a bit in our discussions. Ultimately, we were somewhat split, but ultimately it came out that we would rather preserve the process and not kind of muddy the waters of landmark designations and who would be jockeying to get removed from those lists, but instead later take on an effort to find a way to have money through the city or some other government agency to support the repairs and maintenance of these properties. Yes.
Being involved in drafting the resolution, I was really happy to see that you kept in the notation in regards to Jack Taylor. Jack Taylor has been a long time member of CB6, and when he was too weak to continue, the committee made him a lifelong public member of the committee. He really knew the historic district as well as everything involved in this town.
You sort of answered my question because I was struck by how skewed the vote was.
Yes.
Which is not typical. And I wondered if you had considered breaking it out into 2 resolutions, one that sort of included the 4 that were non-controversial.
It did come up in some fashion, but it was thought best to just keep everything together as one resolution and then address the need for funding separately in a separate resolution. Yes.
Just an editorial thing, we repeated on line 39. The post office on 23rd, there's just a line that's duplicated.
Oh, okay.
Tanya?
Yeah, hi. I know that we're all getting ready, want to get out of here, but I was one of the dissenting voices on this resolution on behalf of the Armenian Evangelical Church. I don't know how many of you are familiar with what entails when you are landmarked. Anything you do has to go, anything you embark on repairing, painting, restoration, facade work, anything that you have to do on a landmark building has to go through Landmarks Commission review. That adds, in terms of time and money, at least between 15 to 25% more cost and more time. When we're dealing with a nonprofit organization that is working on a razor-thin budget, the fact that we unilaterally, in spite of their request to us to not have it landmarked, that we insist on moving forward with it, I find it a little concerning because there's no financial help for them to get through this once they're landmarked. I do have a lot of experience living in a landmarked building and being president of that board and know what it entails. So I just wanted to, and that was part of the reason why there was their dissenting votes.
Thanks, Tanya.
Stu, you have your hand raised.
Thanks. I'm going to second Tanya's sentiments. I'm on 2 minds landmarks. I believe very strongly in landmarks preservation. But the LTC wants to lock us into the 19th century.
Yep.
And that does not work. So, you know, if you have an owner that opposes the landmark designation, considering the conduct and the policies of the LPC, I would not support landmarking designation in that case.
And Sandy, can I speak again? Is it possible to amend this
Follow up,
resolution?
please. Let's have other people.
Oh, okay.
Before we go further, can actually we go back to what Kat said?
So 64 through 74, line 64 through 74 is the post office, but line 30.
So what you're saying is
30.
that line 39 right
It's
here should not be there because it's actually already
It's already further.
on 64.
It's just an
Right. So yeah,
for the Armenian church, and we have lots of discussion for this building, on the landmarks committee. And we also checked with the owner that they confirmed that this building doesn't have any facade repair in the last 20 years. And also this building, just the facade of this building just has limestone, which is one pure materials, and it is in a very good condition. And they have also just filed a roof replacement, a 1 million roof replacement for this building, and they are going to finish this project. And in this case, and lots of people they agree that we don't see any potential cost for a very long time for the facade repair, because this building is in a very good condition, and the owner also admitted that they don't have any facade repair in the last 20 years.
James, Lupo, do you want to go?
Just out of curiosity, I know you mentioned that you can try to help get them funding through the commission and whatnot. What happens if they don't get the money and something happens? Let's say we get another storm, and while the facade is in good condition,
Right.
if there's storm Sandy, is there a guarantee that they're gonna get the money to repair it?
There's not a fund for that at this moment. What we're saying is we would advocate to have something put in place. Because well, this is just my personal opinion here, the problem or the issue is that you'll have a bottleneck of people trying to not be landmarked. And it sort of compromises the program overall. Marty?
Well, I've been on several committees in 35 years. I've been on Parks, Landmarks, and Cultural Affairs for all 35 years. I've never found one landlord who wanted their building landmarked. They always say, oh, this, that, the other thing, whatever the issue is. But the fact is, the buildings that we consider for landmark have good reason to be landmarked, and they should be.
Freshman?
I thought that the Landmark Preservation Commission, I mean, there is in the legislation, whatever the rules are, that if there is a building that has hardship to meet these rules, there is funds available that they can apply for.
It sounds like it's not guaranteed,
Yeah.
but there is some attempt at that.
Yeah.
All right. We have, Jim has his hand raised. He hasn't spoken yet. Jim, go ahead.
Yeah, I oppose this in committee and I oppose it now. Actually, I will vote to abstain, but the reason is I see this as a takings by the city, and there was a case, a Supreme Court case on this back in 1978, Penn Central Transportation versus New York City, where the city wanted to designate the space above Grand Central as space that could not be used. Ultimately, it was decided in a split decision. I think it was 6-3 with Justice Rehnquist, the Chief Justice, siding with the minority. but I would refer you to it, and if anybody that's interested in this. It's 438 US 104 from 1978. And I think if the same case were brought today, the Supreme Court would likely side with the property owner. I don't see how you get around the takings. The court did as part of a seeing it in the context of a zoning law, but I can't. But I'll abide by what they say, though I won't support this resolution.
Great. Thank you, Jim. All right, we'll go back to Tanya.
Tanya, you're muted.
Sorry, she's still muted.
Sorry. I would like to suggest an amendment to remove the Armenian Evangelical Church from this resolution.
Do we have a second for that?
Second.
Second.
Okay. We'll need to do a vote on that. Do we prefer not to do a roll call vote, but I know show of hands can be tricky. Let's start with a show of hands. All those in favor of removing the Armenian Church from this resolution, please raise your hand.
How many online?
If people start lowering their hands,
Three online.
I count 11 here, but the account.
people started lowering their hands before I got to them.
Keep your hands up. It's a good exercise.
And Jesus, did you see who your list?
Yes. Is your hand up?
It is.
Got 12 here and 3 there.
Okay.
Four.
Three, right? We
I
have
see
to-
two.
Window at four.
Who else? Oh, and Paige. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, 4 online.
Oh, I.
All right, those who are against.
Tanya, is your hand still up?
No,
Or is-
sorry. No, I was in favor, sorry.
I got 17.
So did I. That's what I.
All right, there are 16 in favor of removing it, 17 in favor of keeping it in.
Okay, we will now vote on the resolution as drafted.
What about the abstentions? I'm abstaining.
Okay, Jim, we have a
It
tie.
just doesn't count the quorum.
It was included
Right.
in the.
We have a tie. We can vote.
If Jim abstains, that's
A negative vote.
Who else is online and hasn't voted?
Did I vote? I think I voted. Did I?
Letty
say
voted.
It's Letty.
Liz, have you voted?
Paul voted, might be faster.
Yeah.
Could you please,
Someone else.
are you going to vote?
I was voting against.
You're voting against, okay. Anyone else online?
Sandy,
Mm-hmm.
could I point out just one correction? In the, this was, the building at 207 East 32nd Street was never Milton Glazer's home. It was his studio.
Okay, we can amend that.
Yeah, just instead of home, it was his studio.
Okay, but it looks like we have a vote now of 2 abstention. We have 4, what is our fun? Do we have to do a roll call?
It'll probably be better.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Okay,
Really stated? Yeah. What we're voting for.
To amend the resolution as written to exclude the Armenian Church from our recommendations. If you want to exclude it, you say yes.
okay. Nora Abdel,
No, you do not want it to be removed.
I do not want it to.
Perfect. Thank you.
okay, so you're opposed.
Opposed.
If you're in favor, you want this taken out of the reso. If you're opposed, you do not want it taken out of the reso.
Okay.
Tanya Arias,
In favor.
okay. Neil Barkley,
I should abstain.
Which will count as an opposition vote, just so everybody's clear.
Marty Barrett,
Opposed.
Albie Baroso is not here. Liz Burr,
Opposed.
okay. Jim Collins,
Abstain.
Stu Desser,
In favor?
okay. Abraham Diallo is not here. Maya Donahue is not here. Tessa Ferreos, I think is not here. Genevieve Freed. Barack Friedman,
In favor.
Jason Fromowitz. Eric Goldberg
Not here.
is not here.
No, just from Sarah.
No.
Eric
Eric.
Goldberg. Justin Goldberg. Okay. Gloria Hage. Okay. Paige Judge.
Paige? Paige, how are you voting? Come back.
Okay. Come back to Paige. Rupal Kakad.
I do not want to remove it, so I want to keep it in.
So you're in favor?
No, no.
You're opposed, I'm sorry.
Opposed. Okay. Okay. Opposed. John Keller.
In favor.
Okay. Kate Kennedy.
She's not here.
Okay, not here. Kate Cloby Wasserstein. Opposed. Katie Landa.
In favor.
Sandra Leftoff. Anton Malner is not here. Sandra McKee.
Opposed.
Alec Militek.
In favor.
Richard Mintz is not here. Karen Moore. Melissa Murray Kiefer.
Same.
Kevin O'Keefe is not here.
No.
Rachel Passaretti Wu. Reshma Patel.
Opposed.
Stephen Perez.
Opposed.
Mariam Ralph. Raquel Ravello.
Online?
Yeah.
Raquel, how are you voting? Could you, we need your voice, vote, please.
Raquel. Guess we'll come back to Raquel. Larry Shire. Amy Seek. Anne Seligman,
Opposed.
Sandro Sherrod, Mubin Siddiqui is not here, I think. Letty Simon,
In favor?
okay. Daniela Sumerano,
In favor.
thank you. Trey George Tamaki,
Opposed.
thank you. Samir Tanadar,
In favor.
thank you. Kat Valero, thank you. James Vera,
Opposed.
thank you. Jerry Weinstein,
In favor.
thank you. Sarah Whittington,
In favor.
thank you. Shuya Zhao, thank you. Okay, Paige. Going once, going twice, Paige. I see
You're
her.
muted.
He's muted. Paige, unmute yourself.
Can you unmute?
Let's see.
You're muted.
And sure go.
You're not gonna get it.
Yeah.
Paige,
Okay.
okay.
Just a thumbs up for in favor and a thumbs down for
Yeah,
opposed.
Paige, wave if you're in favor.
She's there again.
Wave if you're in favor.
Paige, unmute yourself, please.
Wave if you're in favor. Wave. Are you in favor? Wave.
she is, there she is.
Okay, go. What's your vote?
Oh. Okay. I'm in, okay, I want to vote where you remove it.
That you do remove it?
Yes.
That means you're in favor.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now I can get off this other thing.
Yes, yep.
All right, I'm gonna tally them up.
I think we used to do this for every resolution.
Sandy, I'm sorry.
It's democracy at work. What can I say?
I know. I tried to not create havoc, but this one.
Sure.
I mean, they did come to our committee, ask us not to.
And your committee voted to leave it on the resolution.
Right, that's right.
There was a robust discussion and they left it on the resolution.
I know.
Okay. That's how it works.
It was
Yeah.
actually
Please, let's have silence. So,
Sandy, my hand's up. If I could just follow up briefly.
no, we're counting. Please wait for the results of the
No,
vote.
I just wanted to follow up on a comment.
About the weather, the Knicks.
I just wanted to follow up on what Marty said, because I agree with him. We can't simply defer to what an owner wants. I'm gonna probably oppose this reso because I think we need to change the rules of the LPC so that it doesn't treat every building as if it's a 19th century museum piece.
They're all
But I do
20th
believe-
century buildings that have been landmarked, Stu.
Stu, I think we're going to work on a resolution to get landmarks, some.
Please hold up, we've got the results.
All right, the results. And I guarantee they have not been hacked by the Russians. Not yet. 16 in favor, 19 opposed, 4 abstentions.
The
It is-
resolution fails.
Resolution stays as is.
Okay. Let's vote on the resolution. Please mark your digital ballots.
To be clear, we're voting on the resolution unamended.
Unamended as
inclusion-
is, with the inclusion of those, of all of the buildings that were discussed. Okay, James.
Okay. Less controversial, public restrooms.
At least in New York.
So we are, we only have 10 in our district, it seems, and we are looking to find ways to, through zoning and other avenues to get more, to require more public restrooms for people outside of buildings. Yes.
When you say 10, do you mean 10 working?
That was 10 total.
Well, are they up and running? I
That I
mean, I
cannot
see
tell.
Madison Square Park, it always seems, I've never seen it working.
And that's not in our district.
Yeah,
Jerry,
well-
hold off.
Just
Okay.
as
I'll
stop there.
So
Jerry.
your point is taken either way.
Okay. Any questions on this resolution? If not, we'll go ahead and vote. Please mark your digital ballot. And a report.
Yes, sorry. It's brief, bear with me. Okay, our next meeting is Monday, June 22nd. The agenda is a discussion on the process for reviewing certificate of appropriateness applications. And continued discussion of the statement of district needs. The end.
Great. And please, new members, come and join the meeting. It's a good way to find out what the committee does. All right, next up, we have Anne Seligman, who's Vice Chair of Business Affairs and Licensing.
I couldn't be here today because it's celebrating the 42nd anniversary.
Wedding anniversary.
So I don't think any of these resolutions are as controversial as that one.
The restroom one?
The restroom. Did I hear a bundle?
Second.
Anybody have any problems with that? Any questions on any of them?
Do we need to explain what bundling is?
Yeah, you should, Sandy.
It means that you're just gonna vote on all these resolutions. So theoretically, there were no questions, so we're able to vote on them all at one time. Okay. And a report, Anne.
No, but we did have some conversations about community impact plans for cannabis renewals and ways that we can get folks have folks in our community that could benefit from support from cannabis stores, from dispensaries. So if that's something that you're interested in, I think that's something we're gonna continue to be talking about. So if you have suggestions for nonprofits or community services in our district that you think could stand some support, let us know.
Okay, next up, Budget Affairs, Budget and Government Affairs, Steve Perez, Chair.
Hello, everyone. We have one resolution and we have so few resolutions that come out of our committee, so it is very important. I'm gonna take a little bit of time, sorry. So many of you, if you rent in the city, or if you are a homeowner in the city, it's pretty much everyone, your costs are going up. You're probably not surprised at that, but you may not be aware of the fact that one component of your cost that is going up is insurance, your property residential insurance. So whether you're an owner or a renter, you're paying for this. And so this year, what we're seeing is renewals of insurance are going up 60, 70, 80, maybe 100% or more in some cases. So actually the New York State Senate conducted an investigation that held a hearing last fall. What is going on? Why is this happening? What they determined or what they found was that there are many factors that are, going into this cost structure. And that includes things like they're forecasting more extreme weather events. So they're pricing in another Hurricane Sandy. So they got to price that into the model. 2, they're looking at overall increased costs, inflation, price, supply chain, all of that, replacement costs. 3, they're looking at more frequent litigation and larger jury awards for all kinds of things, on top of fraud that is happening. And there have been schemes that have been uncovered of fraud insurance. 4, if you look at other jurisdictions, what's happening across the country, wildfires in California or hurricane in Florida, at the end of the day, you're going to indirectly going to be paying for that, through your insurance. So what are some of the solutions? So after they kind of came up with it, and then the other thing that they discovered was that particularly for nonprofit affordable housing providers, what happens to them, right? They cannot pass on these costs because they can't raise the rent. They can't, there's limited things. So they're looking at insolvency, looking at borrowing costs, looking at, this kind of creating a crisis situation. So there was a bunch of legislation that came out of this and different bills that have come about. So we looked at a bunch of them. Several of them are looking at enhanced data reporting to the state agency that looks at insurance rate renewals. Another is about stricter rate review, so it's more transparent. Enhanced criminal penalties for fraud, and targeted assistance for affordable housing providers that they can get over this, blip that we're experiencing right now with these costs going out of control. So essentially what we're asking for is we're supporting a bunch of these legislative solutions, and that's what essentially this resolution does. But I'm happy to answer any questions.
Okay, if we don't have any questions, please go ahead and mark your digital ballot, and you may now submit your ballot. Okay. Next, we have Public Safety and Sanitation, Stu Desser, Chair.
So in each of the last 2 months, the board passed 2 resolutions that originated in public safety. Those resolutions collectively express support for 4 state bills that were prompted by the conduct of federal immigration authorities. All 4 of those bills are now law. Perhaps our resolutions contributed in some small way to that outcome. There's no way to know. And I just want to address misapprehension I heard the last meeting and then tonight. These laws do not affect and don't try to impact federal immigration law as much as we might want to. Most of the focus on these laws is on the conduct of government actors in New York and not limited to ICE officers. The bills were consciously crafted to avoid supremacy clause issues. So I just wanted to make that clear. Other than that, I hope everyone has a good summer. Good timing to the new members who come to 1 meeting and then they're off for 2 months. Excellent.
Okay, next up we have Health, Education and Environment, Rupal Kakad, Chair.
We have our meeting tomorrow. We're just gonna be discussing budget issues and that's it.
Okay.
Oh, and the heat stroke. We have a presentation on heat stroke. So since we have a heat wave warning going on, we have a presentation just in time.
Okay, Jim, you have a question for Rupal?
No, it was for in response to the prior question by Stu, or prior comment by Stu. You do not have state jurisdiction over federal authorities. That's all. It's very, very clear. I don't want to relitigate this, and I don't want to drag anybody longer here than we need to, but it's evidently clear.
Okay, thank you.
You and I will fight it out in the street.
Yeah.
Over a beer sometime, right?
Okay, board members, if you have any old or new business to state, please raise your hand. Seeing none, Jerry will now conduct the second roll call.
Ready? Shuya Zhao.
Sarah Whittington. Myself, James Vera. Kat Valero. Eddie. Mira Thanadio. Craig George Martin. Eddie. Daniela Samara.
Present.
Letty Simon.
Present.
Mubin Siddiqui is out. Sandra Sherrod.
Present.
Eddie. Ann Sullivan.
Present.
Amy Seek.
Here.
Larry Shire.
Present.
Raquel Ravello. Ryan Rouse. Howdy. Stephen Perez.
Present.
Reshma Patel. Rachel Passaretti Wu. Kevin O'Keefe is out. Melissa Murray Kiefer.
Present.
Karen Moore.
Present.
Karen, we need your ballot.
Rich Mintz is out.
Can't do it, this phone doesn't accept.
Brian, please help her.
We gotcha.
We got you. Someone, Brian's gonna come and take your vote.
Alec Militic.
Present.
Sandy McKee.
Present.
Anton is out. Sandra Leftoff. Katie Landa.
Present.
We need your ballot. Katie, we need your ballot.
I did submit it.
It's not here.
Kate,
I don't know
Get a confirmation?
what to do.
Let's fill it out again.
we got Kate. Kate Kennedy is out. John. Rupel.
Here.
Yes, you are. Paige Judge.
Present.
Gloria Haig.
Present.
Justin Goldberg.
Present.
Eric is out. Jason Frimowitz.
Present.
Brock Friedman.
Present.
Genevieve Freed.
Present.
Tessa Ferrarios.
Not here.
Maya Donahue.
Not here.
All right. Abraham Diallo. I'm not here. Stu Desser.
Out here.
We need your ballot.
Jim Collins.
Here.
Liz Burr.
Present.
Elby is out. Gordy Barrett.
Here.
Neil Barclay.
Present.
Tanya Arias.
Still here.
Jet lag? Well, not yet.
It's 3 a.m.
Yeah. Nora Abdel. And that's a wrap.
Okay, we still need Katie's ballot.
Yep, I'm filling it out again.
Thank you.
Sorry.
No problem. We're just waiting for the results of the vote. Not everyone is waiting. I mean,
Well, we're waiting for the final ballot and then we'll get to the results.
results, yeah. Then we will adjourn the meeting.
Okay, now we have Katie's ballot.
Okay.
Katie.
Thank you.
All right, resolution 1A passes with 36 votes in favor, 2 opposed, and 1 abstention. Transportation Reso 2A passes unanimously with 39 votes. Transportation 2B passes with 37 votes in favor, 1 opposed, 1 abstention. Transportation 2C passes with 28 votes in favor, 6 opposed, 5 abstentions. Transportation 2D passes 35 in favor, 2 opposed, 2 abstentions. Land Use 3A passes 22 in favor, 11 opposed, 6 abstentions. Land Use 3B passes 36 in favor, 1 opposed, 2 abstentions. Bulk 4A, not unanimous, 38 in favor, 1 abstention, no opposed. 4B, 38 in favor, none opposed, 1 abstention. 4C, 38 in favor, none opposed, 1 abstention. 4D, 38 in favor, none opposed, 1 abstention. 4E, 38 in favor, none opposed, one abstention. For F, same thing, 38 in favor, 0 opposed, one abstention. Budget passes 38 in favor, 1 opposed. And that is it. Sandy, back to you.
Actually, can I say something about bundling?
Oh.
Just because we bundle, you can still vote differently on different.
Yeah, you just vote on it. If there are no objections, we will adjourn the meeting at 8:55. Thank you. Have a great summer. We will be in touch.
Good.